when the iPad 11 first landed on my desk in the studio here, I'll be honest, I did not give it a second. I was in no rush to unbox and test it out. I mean, come on, between my Galaxy Tab S10 Plus that moonlights as my main computer when I'm on the go, and my Tab S10 Ultra when I'm lounging on the couch, and my M2 iPad Air, as a matter of fact, which by the way is the iPad I think is for most people, I never thought I would make more than one video on this iPad 11 here. Now, I've been living with it for the greater part of, I don't know, 6 months, and folks, let me put it this way. If you take away the lack of high refresh rate and just assess what this little tablet here offers at face value, well, you'll find that this little guy has no business being this good. Let's start off from the beginning and get this out of the way so that we can focus on the good stuff. There is no ProMotion, no fancy OLED display, no Thunderbolt port, and the speakers, well, passable, right? They are adequate. Not cinematic, just adequate. This said, the reality is that, you know, it doesn't need to have any of all of that, because those of you in the market for this little tablet here are not looking for those things specifically, right? Allow me to think that you are a lot more practical. You are looking for things that are a lot more fundamental as opposed to any of the extra added options. The 11-inch liquid retina display, you know, nails the sweet spot for you. It's the perfect size for most people. Too big to be cramped, too small to feel like a laptop. And with that size, it's been so easy to slide into a tablet sleeve or, you know, a backpack. Overall, just easy to carry this guy around. And oh, it comes in 4 colors. The blue and pink, which I have one of each of those colors, the yellow and the silver. And you can find it at great discounted prices, by the way. So make sure to check out the link that I'm going to have in the description there. They're going to take you to some of the most discounted prices that you will find on the iPad 11 here. But anyways, 6 months later, it still looks good. Cosmetically, it's been holding up like a champ. It's a, you know, robust build here. It's rocking Apple's A16 Bionic chip. Sure, it's not gonna replace a MacBook, but for streaming, browsing, note-taking, you know, because it does support the first gen of Apple's pencils. So note-taking, drawing, and even light gaming, this thing cruises. You know, it's pretty neat. It's been fantastic, especially when you compare it to other tablets in the same category. I've enjoyed gaming here over the past few months. I've even done some light editing, some light video editing on here without any issues. Don't push it, you know, this is not an editing machine, right? But it could definitely handle some light to moderate editing, and the same goes with photos. You can definitely edit photos on here as well, but nothing like what the monster like the iPad Pro would do. But still, it's a nifty little machine. Mine here is the 128 gigs of internal storage, which is a great entry-level config, and you can move up to higher configs if you prefer. Overall, in terms of, you know, just specs and power, this tablet truly deserves its price. As far as software goes, iPadOS is still running the show, right? And in case you were hoping for that, I don't know, non-existent Apple Intelligence to be supported here, well, you are out of luck, right? This one is the budget, you know, offering by Apple, so they don't have it set up to support Apple Intelligence. But no worries though, because even the ones that do support Apple Intelligence, they've never seen it, right? Because it was a lie. Apple Intelligence was never released, at least what they advertise. But anyways, I digress. So you are not really missing much in terms of AI with this tablet, right? And so far in the video, I'm pretty sure you're thinking, or you're telling yourself, well, it seems like the regular long-term review. You know, nothing drastic. It's a good budget tablet. But you'd be wrong. Here's where things get spicy with this iPad, and why I think it is the best iPad you can get your hands on, because it offers the most value. You know, clearly it's subjective depending on what you're looking for, but in terms of value, this guy is top notch, and here's why. iPadOS 26. Now, it's been a few months since I made the dedicated iPadOS 26 video, but let me tell you that it changes what this tablet is supposed to be on paper. With this software update, Apple is implementing a mind-blowing and complete revamp of what you can do with just the regular iPad. So much so that it becomes almost hard to justify spending more, you know, to get a the next level or to get any other device. I mean, they handed us desktop-like multitasking on a tablet that costs less than, AirPods. How much are AirPods? $250? That costs less than AirPods Max. Over the past however long it's been since I downloaded this beta version, the developer one here, I've been just amazed by what I could do with this little machine here. It's been a joy to do what used to only be reserved for premium tablets on here. It's been redesigned inside out, and the entire interface now features translucent, glossy elements that give your iPad this liquid-like holographic aesthetic. Anywhere from the lock screen to the home screen, even the apps, right? Resizable windows, folders in the dock, and supercharged files app, even those familiar traffic-like controls for snapping layouts. I'm gonna say this again. It's been a joy using the iPad 11 over the past 6 months, especially because of iPadOS 26, and you should be able to download this very soon. It is the biggest update we've seen since the iPad got Stage Manager. Yeah, this is as big as that. Well, actually, I'm going to say this is bigger than that. Now, let's quickly talk battery before closing here. Battery life has not changed one bit. I have been able to finish the day with it before needing to plug it in. Now, keep in mind, of course, that it's nearly impossible for me to give you what your battery life is going to be like because it's all subjective depending on how you use it. But I can tell you that battery is good here. It's solid. Battery life is solid. And I say this as a power user. So you should be fine with battery. And after 6 months, it should still remain unchanged and still be good. Now let's go ahead and just recap here and also talk about who this tablet is for. 6 months later, been using, about 6 months later, I found myself liking this tablet even more than at the beginning. Battery life is excellent. The design is solid. I mean, nothing crazy or fancy, what we've seen before, but it's solid in terms of, robust, I should say. I had no issues with, the cosmetic side of the device here. It's dense and light and easy to carry around. It's supposed to be a budget tablet, but it actually performs better than some mid-range Android tablet. It's been great for gaming and knocking out light to moderate tasks. The software revamp is major, and everyone is gonna love, all the changes that come with it, And with all of this said, who is this tablet for? Who is the Apple iPad 11th generation for? And this is where things get even more interesting. If you want a simple tablet for simple tasks, this thing just crushes it. Streaming Netflix? Yeah, super smooth. Reading, ebooks? It's just perfect for that. TikTok scrolling until 3 a.m., zero judgment there. But here's the twist. Throw on a keyboard and tag on a mouse, and you essentially have a mini productivity rig going with this guy here for under $400. So for students, kids, families, small business owners, casual users, or anyone wanting a second screen for a Mac, this thing is the sweet spot. The iPad 11 here is not trying to compete against your MacBook. It's not trying to compete against your Pro iPad or your iPad Pro, or even the Air for that matter. It's just here to give you 80% of the Pro iPad experience for 30% of the price. And thanks to iPadOS 26, it seems to be doing that successfully. Yeah, it definitely seems to be doing just that. I certainly hope that this was informative. Do you have any questions? Do you have a take on this? Let me know in the comment section. Questions, comments, whatever you would like to say in the comment section. Don't forget, of course, to like the video, share the video if you know anyone who'll be interested, and most importantly, of course, make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. I'm going to catch you in the comment section for those comments of yours that you're going to leave down there, and I'm also going to catch you in the next video. Up until that next video, of course, as always, stay safe out there.